And I'm going to now go to another side of the issue here, because we do have some additional areas where we could get some more money. And now if we look at my little chart here, I'm going to show in the past 2, 3, 4 years, you've seen on Department of Water and Power bills, or you've heard about it in the newspaper, that we now have a solid waste resources fund, and that's for the charges of picking up our trash in those blue, green, and black barrels that are in front of our homes, also for picking up the trash in commercial and industrial buildings. That brings in $171 million. That's been increasing because it started out as $11, then it went to 14 or 15, and then 22 and 26, and now I think it's $28 with every one of your bills that you get every couple of months. The total cost of picking up your trash, not to mention the cost of treating it so that trash, which is ordinarily waste, can be recycled, is about $40 per household. We're still only paying 28 of those $40 and complaining about it because the real issue is for you to understand, what are we paying for? Is it worthwhile? If I think it is, that's fine, but do you? It's your decision. All right. The convention center down on Figueroa and Olympic Boulevard, and the Staples Center right there, but the convention center has been operating at a deficit to the tune of $30 million. They have recently hired a new director of their convention center, and he, like every director in the past, is going to save us enough money and gain enough money and get enough major conventions to Los Angeles so that the convention center will be a profit center, not a loss center. Well, we can only hope that he does. Now, those losses that we talked about from the water transfer, from the utility bills, for our cell phone bills, are losses that we've had that have been put on us by the courts. The courts have said those are not the proper way to gain money. We still need the money, and I'll let you stay on me because I'm not going to be showing this much anymore. Okay? We still need the money, and I'm here and you're not. Or are you? Maybe you are. Okay. At any rate, we still need the money to operate, and those utility users' fees, those transfer fees from the water, and maybe the transfer fees from the electrical were declared to be illegal. Well, they were illegal for several years running. It may be that the people who have been paying those fees will want to be paid back for several years of those monies that they have paid into the city coffers that they should not have paid. There is a legal decision that has recently gone through and was determined last June, just a few months ago, that the Department of Water and Power could not legally charge the state of California, UCLA, the County of Los Angeles, the LA Unified School District, the LA Community Colleges, and I'm sorry if I forget the other major statewide agency, for the transfer fee as if it were a cost. The judge thought it was a profit or thought it was an illegal tax. Well, all of these taxes need to be made up, and all of these issues need to be resolved. I'm running this program today to bring it to your attention, and I'm running it to bring it to your attention what we need to do as far as going to the mayor of the city of Los Angeles as neighborhood council representatives to ask questions. Have I presented this act to what I've said here? Is the city council doing anything about it? What else can we do to make sure that our city is working and using our money properly, and that we have enough knowledge to know what we're paying for, how much we should be paying, and which of these 20 different ways that I just showed you we should pay these things. Now, before I leave, everybody who looks at $6.8 billion and sees that $4.4 billion of it is used for our operating costs, and the rest is used to pay for our bonds and our loans and for other kinds of special interests that are important interests. I don't want to say that they're useless interests in our city, but $6.8 billion is found in these books. I hope now that you see these books on your television set. These are the books that the budgets that describe all the issues from the city administrative office, or you can call my number, which you'll see here in just a few minutes. Now, everybody thinks the city, having $6.8 billion, has enough money to do everything. Everybody thinks that the city should be able to operate much more efficiently. Well, yes, they can, and I want to tell you that recently the mayor has been talking about accountability. He wants all 40-some-odd departments, 41, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, to tell us what they have produced, to evaluate their employees in ways so we know that every time we spend $1 for an employee who's working, we're getting $1's worth of work. Now, the city council, the city council and the mayor need to hear it from us, the neighborhood council people, that we're watching this. The opportunity to do so when we begin to hear what the mayor wants us to talk about. We shouldn't be distracted by the fact that he's got the priorities that he must have of running the city, of trying to get our transportation problems fixed, of trying to get our traffic flowing so we can get to where we want to go without sitting in deadlocked traffic, of getting affordable housing for all of us, accommodating a city of 4 million people that had 3 million people 15, 20 years ago, and is likely to have 6 million people over the next 20 years. He's required to get us safe, to get those additional police officers that we've talked about, and he's working on it. And he's required to do so many other things, cultural activities, seniors activities, activities for our animals. The fire and emergency departments that we have are equally important for him to do to make the city more efficient. We also are entitled to know, and it sounds like the mayor is going to start telling us, and we've got to be sure that he does. And he's going to require that all the departments tell us, what are they producing? How much money does it take for them to produce it? And are they using their people efficiently? Are there administrators who make $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year earning their keep and working as administrators and heads of departments that are doing work comparable to the kind of work that those people would be doing in private sector? Are the individuals who are working for lesser amounts, who are just as important as those administrators, giving us a full day's work for $1's pay? With those as considerations, I certainly encourage you to get involved in neighborhood council work. Learn more about the budget. Sure, it's big. Sure, it's complicated. Sure, it's hard. You can do it. Here's some telephone numbers to look at. Thank you very much for listening to me today and for considering what I've had to present to you. I hope you learn more about it, and even more, I hope you can solve what appears to me to be some very serious problems. Thank you. We'll see you next week.